LATD Nation, welcome back to the channel, of course. This your boy Jay.
And this is Rodney.
And we are back with the finale to the second annual Halloween Spooktacular. Everybody clap it up now. Anyway, today we're going to be looking at the details of another classic. I feel like we did a bunch of them this time. But to fit the Frightening Friday aesthetic, we're going to go out with Friday the 13th.
Yes, sir.
Starring Betsy Palmer, Kevin Bacon, Adrienne King, and Robbie Morgan, and a bunch of other random white people.
Nah, to be honest, because, I mean, first of all, what better way to end Frightening Friday? Well, not even just Frightening Fridays. What better way to end off the second annual Spooktacular with one of, if not arguably, the biggest name in 1980s horror movie culture.
Right.
Friday the 13th, as we all know, Jason Voorhees, one of the most iconic, not just horror movie villains, but just in general, one of the most iconic movie villains, period.
Right.
Everybody knows that hockey mask. Everybody knows that machete.
Mm-hmm.
Very iconic aesthetic. But the funny thing is that these elements of his design actually weren't introduced until the third movie. Which a lot of people actually don't know.
Oh, I thought it was at least the second.
No, it's not till the third one.
Okay, word. That's what's up. And that's what a good twist in this movie. But anyway, a quick little synopsis of at a magical world called Camp Crystal Lake. There have been many people have been going missing, mostly murdered. And I'm gonna be real, I can't even really give you the rest of the plot if I'm being honest.
If I'm being completely honest, yeah, because the thing about this movie is that it really kind of opens with like a loose idea of what happened. Basically, Camp Crystal Lake, there was a drowning or something like that in 1958, and now it's like in the 80s or something like that, presumably. You have like a camp counselor as well as a bunch of other camp, like, I guess, what are they, like?
You're like campers,
counselors,
counselors,
who the hell knows? I don't even
workers,
know if they said it.
Like, in right off the bat, as iconic as this movie is,
or as iconic as the idea of this movie is,
I was giving it the benefit of the doubt.
I'm just saying.
As iconic as the idea and this movie is for a lot of people, I hate to say it, but this movie was a dud for me. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry, more or less. But this movie for me it wasn't terrible.
It's generic.
I wouldn't even say that.
I say it's generic. Because I feel like this movie is and I guess it makes sense because when you think of 80s slasher movies, you think of the same thing. Teenagers, smoking, drinking, amongst other stuff, making poor life decisions, shit they're not supposed to, type shit. And a villain that comes in, wreaks havoc, picks them off one by one. But there's always that one final girl that, she abstained. She wasn't like everybody else. She took a puff of that, and she coughed and she passed the roach back. She didn't much care for it, That's kind of like what this movie sort of embodies, in my opinion. Just that very stereotypical 80s cliche sort of slasher movie. All of the biggest tropes, cliches that Scream would go on to make fun of is present in this movie.
Oh, hell
every
yeah.
single one.
That's what you meant by generic, because as far as it being generic, I can agree with that. But for me, this movie was just flat out boring.
Low key, kind of.
That's why I couldn't really even give y'all a good synopsis, because it's just like, we don't know why these people even here. Okay, to go to the camp, yeah, sure, but we don't really. No, we don't really
I don't even get an idea who these people really are, honestly. They just literally just exist at this place just for the sake of it. They're just campers, which I guess that kind of makes sense because, you're a teenager. I guess you got like a camp counselor job for the summer, so that makes sense. But the idea just kind of falls flat because there's no deeper characterization. You don't know these people. You don't need to know these people. You have literally zero emotional attachment to them.
Exactly.
So when they get picked off, it's just kind of like, okay.
Oh, well. Yeah. Because it's just like...
I feel bad for them, I guess.
Yeah. Like, it's different from The Thing and Predator and Scream, because it's like those characters, yeah, you don't know that much about them, but they at least give you a little bit more about the characters than they do in this one.
This movie to me almost doesn't even feel like it has a real main protagonist. Almost, it just kind of feels like
it don't. It's just a bunch of random people in one place getting picked off one by a killer.
It doesn't feel like there's any like main person that's sort of like the eyes. Like the person we're viewing this situation through. It just almost feels like it's just a bunch of people that get gathered up, and then when they get picked off,
that's it.
It's just a matter of who's gonna survive, but you don't really care who survives because, I mean, none of them are particularly terrible people from what we know, but we don't really know them anyway. So shit, they could be the worst of the worst.
Yeah, exactly.
But who knows?
But the only character with any characterization was Pamela Voorhees, played by Betsy Palmer.
Which, of course, spoilers if you don't know the end of this movie. Jason, he drowned. He was the person that drowned. He was the kid that drowned in 58.
Right.
And his mom, Pamela, was working as a cook. And I guess obviously she had a nervous breakdown, lost her mind. So now what she does is she haunts Camp Crystal Lake as basically revenge in Jason's memory. In the movie, it's implied that Jason, I guess, either possesses her to do these things or she's just gone so crazy to the point to where she's mimicking his voice.
Right.
It's not really explained, honestly.
Right. It's the only characterization that we got in the movie. And naturally, yeah, I get where she's coming from, but it's like, don't blame people for other people's actions, because
not for real. We don't even know who Jason is. Like,
yeah, exactly.
What does this have to do with us?
Because the thing is, like, I looked at like some videos about Jason Voorhees' life. I think I might have saw like a Vile Eye Analyzing Evil video. So shout out to him
for sure.
But it's like he got what did he say? What did he say? So I think he got bullied because he had some type of deformities with his body and everything that that he was born with.
Which makes sense because in later movies, when he actually dons the mask and he becomes the Jason we all know, he has like those like scarring on his head and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then
it stands the reason why he would wear a mask, just because. Ugly. I mean, what can you do?
I mean, Deadpool wears a mask for a reason too.
That's facts.
So it's like, I think that either he accidentally drowns in the lake, or the camp counselors that were making fun of him, or the campers that drowned him. Yeah. So it's like that's why she wants revenge and everything. And
which, if that was explained better, I think that would have been a more compelling thing.
I agree. That probably would have saved the movie more than anything.
If they introduced this, like, it's not so much he drowned, it's more so he was drowned. Like,
right, yeah, exactly.
Somebody did some nefarious, insidious stuff.
Yeah, man. I can just be... I just gotta be honest, man. I thought this movie sucked. I'm sorry,
But
please.
the funny thing is that this is actually one of the better reviewed entries in the franchise, because everything that came after... that is the Jason that we know with that mask and the machete. Those are some of the worst reviewed horror movies of their era. Consistently, too. But it built a cult following and a fan base, so...
Right,
we tend to... I think we kind of romanticize these films just for the fact that the person that's in the middle of it, that's sort of an iconic character.
Right.
So we don't tend to judge the horror franchise. We don't tend to judge it as a whole. We tend to judge it just off the merit of, that's just Jason.
Right, yeah. And that's ultimately my problem, because it's like everything that I expected it to be in here wasn't, in a way. I expected the kills, but that's really about it. And it's just, like, there's nothing, these characters are literally nothing, bro. Like, I understand that you're not here for a big, deep plot about everything, but give us a little bit something more than this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think this movie's better than I Know What You Did Last Summer.
That's a crazy. Well, I mean, that's not a. I don't know. That might be a crazy take to some people, but it depends on your type of horror fan, honestly.
Yeah, I think for me, I just like to have like a good story with the horror as well.
I think I Know What You Did Last Summer had a better protagonist.
Oh, but
it had a protagonist.
Right, it had a protagonist. The characters had motive. They had, these characters just here just to be dumbasses, and it's just like
Pretty much.
I don't know, bro.
Like I said, this movie really is the embodiment of every horror movie stereotype that you think of. Dumb characters fall every single time they walk 2 inches in front of their face. Instead of going for help, they are like, you know what? It's all good. They split up. They don't stay as a group. They don't stay together as a group.
Right. Yeah. It's like they do the dirty. And
of course,
like it is just like I don't know.
Of course, because if you do that, so some nigga in a mask is gonna come and kill you for God knows why.
Exactly.
Always wait till marriage,
I think for my rating, I gotta look up the rating scale real quick.
Oh, you bringing back the rating scale is crazy.
Nigga, we've been using the rating scale the whole time. What you mean?
The fact that you're looking for it though.
Yeah.
Like you looking at it.
Whatever.
You drawing into your bag for real with this one. But yeah, no, I think that another thing that I will say about this movie, for me personally, whereas a lot of movies that we've watched this Halloween in particular, for the Spooktacular and just horror in general, even if a character isn't necessarily well written or memorable, the performance is still good.
Shit.
For me, this movie doesn't even really have very solid acting. Kevin Bacon is in it, but this is Kevin Bacon before he became known for real. This is before Footloose.
Right, before he became Kevin Bacon.
So he doesn't really have a star-making turn in this movie at all. He just kind of shows up. Similar to how Johnny Depp sort of showed up in Nightmare on Elm Street, but they gave him more to do.
Right, yeah. I think, so as y'all know, if y'all remember,
we should just watch Nightmare on Elm Street.
Low-key, yeah. But I didn't want to go.
I ain't gonna hold you.
But I didn't want to think about Freddy while I was sleeping. So it's like, yeah, we probably should have, dog.
It is what it is.
Yeah, because this movie was ass. I'm not even about to lie. I'm sorry. Sort of.
There are things I like about it, though. I like the end of the movie. I like the twist with Jason popping out and grabbing what's her name, the only survivor.
Like because he's a certified boogeyman. He's the one that up the score with him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, pretty much, literally the boogeyman.
Yeah, I really did like the credits though. Like a lot of the font and everything. Yeah, that was cool too.
Oh yeah, that's how you know. That's how you know.
Yeah, no, I did like Jason popping out. I agree. But then next thing you know, it just turns out to be a dream anyway.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, man, bump this.
And like I said, I think another thing this movie suffers from, because when you really think about it, there are a lot of horror movie franchises you can argue have the issues of characters that aren't memorable, but the killer is. Scream doesn't really have that issue because Sydney is an iconic horror movie heroine / final girl. So is Gale.
Right.
You can say the same thing about Ripley, Sigourney Weaver, and Alien. You can say the same thing really about, there's at least one more. There's definitely at least one more, like, iconic horror. You could say Ash. I could say Ash and Evil Dead, too.
Yeah, I agree.
Definitely.
Yeah, but if y'all remember the rating system, from highest to lowest, you got a Flawless Victory, Heat, Smooth. Some is just something to watch, just kind of on. And then you have Nap Time, Walkout, and then
go ahead and say Nap Time.
But nah, I didn't think it was as bad as a Walkout or a Go to Hell, but because I literally fell asleep watching this movie, this movie was Nap Time. This movie was dead ass Nap Time. And I don't want to hear nothing about. Shut up. Wait, did I for real?
Hell yeah.
Oh well, then that's how you know that was a good sleep too. But all I know is
I might put this movie on later on when I'm about to go to bed. Tell you the truth.
That part, because I don't want to hear nothing about. Well, if you fell asleep during the movie, then how do you know how the movie ended? I'm like, bruh, if you seen the movie too, then you know what I'm talking about.
But I feel like this movie also suffers from the fact that as its own legacy, because this is a movie where people expect it to be a certain thing. You expect it to be the Friday the 13th as it came to be known. But this movie was just establishing its own identity and putting its foot in the door. I think we would have been better off watching maybe Jason Lives, because that's one of everybody's favorites. That's the one that it has those elements of Friday the 13th as we know, but it's also like more on the nose and humorous. It doesn't take itself too serious from what I read.
Yeah.
So it's more of the Friday the 13th movie we would want to see.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, but shoot, that was something for next year then, because this has been wrapped up. With all that being said, thank y'all for tuning in. For real, y'all. We appreciate all of y'all's support with the channel so far. Thank y'all for tuning in to all the movie reviews that we've done this month. Stay tuned for more videos to come.
Hey, and happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, y'all. With all that being said, man, I've been Jay.
This has been Rodney.
And we're at LATD. More videos coming soon. A new vlog coming soon. And yeah, man. God bless. Look at the details. Peace.